Why is recognition important in the workplace? And also, how can you recognize your employees most effectively? By the end of this video, you're going to understand the power of recognition and how you can do it to drive business results. Study after study shows that organizations who prioritize recognition outperform those who don't. So how can you recognize your employee? And also, how can you do that in the most impactful way so that you're not only driving results in your business, but employee fulfillment? First, let's think about employees who are not recognized at work. Employees who say that they are rarely or never recognized by their leaders are 5 times as likely to say that they are disengaged at work. They're also 74% more likely to say that they're going to leave their job in the next year. And sadly, they're 27% more likely to say that they're struggling at work. Unfortunately, only 19% of leaders say that they prioritize recognition in the workplace. This is a critical blind spot for any leader in an organization, as recognition has been shown to drive business results at a team and organizational level. When employees feel that they are recognized, they are 2.7 times more likely to be engaged at work. And organizations with formal recognition programs have 31% lower turnover than those without. So recognition is clearly so important. Why don't more leaders do it? Well, first, they might not know exactly how to do it. Recognition on its surface seems like simply giving someone an attaboy or a high five at the water cooler and saying, "Good job." But that's not enough. That's not going to drive business results, and it's not going to nurture the culture of accountability, of engagement, and of business results. So remember, culture is experiences which shape our beliefs that drive action and therefore get results. Well, one of the most profound experiences that you can create for your employees is recognition. When you recognize your employee, you are reinforcing the belief that they are seen, that they are heard, that they are valued within the organization, and that you appreciate the work that they're doing. It's not just about making the employee feel like they did a good job. It's also about showing the employee exactly how what they did is going to impact our business results. So every piece of recognition needs to be tied to the key results that you're trying to achieve. For example, if you have a key result of increasing revenue by 50% by the end of the year, and your employee takes initiative to create a new process, then you can share that recognition and show them how that new process will help you increase revenue by 50% by the end of the year. By explicitly stating it every single time, you're reinforcing the kind of behavior that's going to get results. And it reinforces the cultural beliefs that you want to nurture in the organization. The purpose that I connect with is to unleash the power of culture to inspire businesses and people to reach their full potential. If that purpose speaks to you too, then subscribe to this channel to join a community of people who are passionate about culture. So let's talk about how to recognize your employees. The first step, surprisingly, is to set your key results. It's to get crystal clear on the kind of results that you're trying to achieve. Give them numbers and make sure that they are meaningful, they're measurable, and they're memorable. If your employees are aware of the key results that they are trying to impact, they will be more likely to help achieve them. Not only that, but our research found that when there is a clarity of results that you're trying to achieve in an organization, that alone can improve culture strength by 44%. So the beginning of the recognition process starts way before you actually recognize anyone. It's when you set your key results. Once you have your key results, you have a foundation with which to recognize employees. Not only do you need your key results identified, but you also need to determine the cultural beliefs that you're trying to foster within the organization. These are shared cultural beliefs that, if acted upon, will drive success towards those key results. So you've got 2 elements of the recognition that you want to touch upon. So there are really 3 components to any recognition that you give an employee. There's the action that the employee actually took. Then there's how that reinforces the cultural beliefs that are shared across the entire team. It's how that will impact your business results. If you get the action, the cultural beliefs, and the key results all in alignment in your recognition, that recognition will have so much more power than just saying, you did a great job with that PowerPoint. Instead, you can say, you really demonstrated our cultural belief of team first when you took over that project for Matt, who was dealing with a family issue, and executed it with perfection. That action is going to drive us towards achieving success on our key result of hitting $5 million in bookings, or whatever your key result is. In that example, I had the action that was taken, the cultural belief that it reinforced, and the key result that it affected. And remember, recognition can be done in a one-on-one setting, or it can be done at a larger group level. You can recognize someone for the work they've done in front of the entire team to not only lift up that employee, but also to demonstrate how you want those cultural beliefs to appear in action and how it reinforces key results. That is a form of storytelling that helps everyone in the organization get aligned with your key results and your cultural beliefs. And it doesn't even have to be in person. One of the things you can do in a virtual environment is set up a Slack channel, recognition Slack channel, in which everyone can follow the format of recognizing their peers, tying those recognition moments to the cultural belief and the key result that it helps us drive towards. Now, while we're here, I want to talk about one other thing that you can do to get your team in alignment. Recognition is fantastic, but feedback works the same way, believe it or not. Feedback can be both appreciative or it can be constructive, but no matter what kind of feedback you're giving, that feedback needs to be tied both to the cultural belief and to the key result that it is going to affect. In appreciative feedback, you can use language such as, here's how I saw you demonstrate our cultural belief, and then give the example. Then tie it to what key result that will ultimately impact. In constructive feedback, it's much the same, although the language that you would use is, here's how I think you could demonstrate our cultural belief of blank even more. And then tie what you would like to see out of them to the key result once again. The key to culture is constantly aligning the organization around the actions that we're taking to the cultural beliefs as well as the key results that we're trying to achieve. Remember, culture is experiences such as recognition and feedback, which shape our cultural beliefs that determine the actions we take and ultimately get results. If you want more information about effective feedback in the workplace, then visit our other video on what is company culture and why is it so important. You can click the link in the description below. And while you're there, I have a free gift for you. There's another link in the description that gives you our free ebook on how to create a culture that drives results. Or you can go to gift.culture.io.